everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how Transformers Rise of the Beast sets up a G.I. Joe crossover in the sequel. This is based on a comic book series from Marvel that came out in 1987. It has 4 issues and it's full of action and surprises. Let me tell you what happens in this comic. The story starts at Fort Lewis in Seattle, where Hawk and some other G.I. Joes are guarding Power Station Alpha, a mobile solar/nuclear power plant. There are some protesters outside the base, including 3 dreadnoughts, Ripper, Torch, and Buzzer. They are working for Cobra, a terrorist organization that wants to take over the world. Meanwhile, Optimus Prime, the leader of the Autobots, is watching the news about Power Station Alpha. He knows that the Decepticons will try to steal it, so he sends Bumblebee to spy on the power plant. By the time Dreadnoughts, Ripper, Torch, and Buzzer decided to take over the station by themselves, they make a big fight with the G.I. Joe team in front of the power station. At the same moment, in the Gulf of Mexico on Cobra Island, Commander orders Zartan to contact the Zarana to pick up those dreadnoughts, because if they were caught in G.I. Joe's hand, they will get pieces of information about Cobra. Zartan tells dreadnoughts to get out of these stations and Zarana will pick them up. On the other side, Megatron also watches this broadcast about the power station, so he orders Dirge and Bombshell to watch closely at the power station. Bumblebee arrives at the base and pretends to be a normal car. He sees Ripper, Torch, and Buzzer causing trouble and shooting at other cars. One of them tries to shoot Bumblebee, but he dodges and Dreadnoughts escape with Zarana, a female Dreadnought who comes to pick them up. The next morning, the Alpha Station test begins. Alpha converts into its flight mode. Anthony Durante, the son of one of the protesters, is bored and starts playing frisbee with Junkyard whilst the station rolls down the runway. At this moment Dirge and Bombshell arrive and spot Bumblebee. Bombshell also sees Anthony and decides to create a fun diversion. He fires a Cerebro shell into the boy, taking control of him and sending him walking into the path of the power station. Bumblebee soon identifies and informed Optimus Prime, so Optimus Prime dispatches the 5 aerial bots for help. Bumblebee has spotted Anthony coming close to Alpha, so Bumblebee transforms and saves Anthony from being crushed by the power plant. He tries to explain who he is, but the G.I. Joes think he is an enemy and start shooting at him. They damage him badly and take him away for analysis. At that moment, 5 jets fly over the base and combine into Superion, a giant robot who comes to rescue Bumblebee. He fights off the G.I. Joes and takes Bumblebee's body with him. But then he gets a message from the Ark that Optimus Prime is dead, so they shocked and flies away. The G.I. Joes are confused and angry. They don't know what these robots are or what they want. Hawk orders them to find out more about them. Meanwhile, in the Florida Keys, Megatron and Shockwave are plotting their next move. Bombshell activates his Cerebro shell and makes Power Station Alpha fly away from the G.I. Joes. Megatron is pleased with his plan, but he is not the only one who wants Power Station Alpha. Cobra Commander and Serpentor are watching the news from Cobra Island. They are the leaders of Cobra and they have their own army of soldiers and vehicles. They decide to send some of their aircraft to intercept Power Station Alpha. They want to use it for their own purposes, but they have to face the G.I. Joes who are also chasing after Power Station Alpha. A dogfight ensues between Cobra and G.I. Joe aircraft. Dr. Mindbender, a Cobra scientist who can manipulate minds, contacts one of the G.I. Joe pilots who is flying Power Station Alpha. He threatens him with death if he doesn't land on Cobra Island. The pilot refuses to obey and says he would rather die than let Cobra have Power Station Alpha. He tries to fight back against them, but he fails and crashes on a cruise ship full of civilians. Serpentor orders his troops to destroy the ship and kill everyone on board. But Power Station Alpha lands on Cobra Island safely. Bombshell and Dirge follow it and meet Serpentor and Mindbender. They pretend to be friendly and offer their help. But Mindbender has other plans. He secretly plants a bug on Bombshell and Dirge so he can spy on them and learn more about their technology. He also wants to find out what their leader planning. He knows they are behind this scheme and he doesn't trust them. Meanwhile, Mrs. Durante takes Anthony to the hospital because he is acting strangely. The doctors find out that he has a cerebro shell in his brain. They don't know what it is or how to remove it. And that's the end of the first 2 issues. It's a crazy story, right? There are so many characters and plot twists. I wonder what will happen next. Will the G.I. Joes learn more about the Transformers? Will Cobra and the Decepticons work together or betray each other? Will Anthony be free from Bombshell's cerebro shell? I'll tell you all about it in the next video. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get notified when I upload it. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and share it with your friends. I'll see you in Transformers and G.I. Joe Crossover Stories Part 2. Until then, stay awesome and keep watching movies. Peace out.